the silent roar of resistance, Ukraine's fight against the bear, military operations, and frontline dynamics. Sumy region under renewed pressure. Russian forces are pushing deeper into northeastern Sumy Oblast, just 20 to 25 kilometers from Sumy city, following gains like Kostiantynivka captured in early June. Ukrainian troops are contesting this advance, but the situation remains tense, with mass evacuations and rising civilian displacement. Donetsk, Dnipropetrovsk offensive. Russian troops of the 114th Brigade, 90th Tank Division, and others are trying to break into Dnipropetrovsk via the Novopavlivka-Kurakov axis. Ukraine reports more than 46 assaults over the last day in this sector. Kharkiv and Kupiansk front. Russia is reinforcing bridgeheads across the Oskil River, threatening logistical choke points like Kupiansk. Gains have been steady but cautious. Air warfare and drone battles. Ukraine's spiderweb operation successfully struck 4 Russian airfields inside Russia, destroying or damaging 13 aircraft, including bombers, marking a tactical win. Russia launched a large-scale missile and drone barrage, including 500 drones, with Ukraine intercepting many, though civilian areas have suffered strikes in Sumy, Kharkiv, Donetsk, and Kherson. Rising Russian casualties and material losses. Russian losses reportedly exceed 1 million killed/wounded and over 1,100 armored vehicles lost since early 2024. This attritional warfare is wearing Russia down strategically. Peace symbol diplomacy, negotiations, and POW exchanges. Istanbul talks yield limited outcomes. Some prisoner swaps and the repatriation of 200 Ukrainian bodies from Russia occurred, alongside shaky ceasefire clauses. Yet, military violence persists, complicating negotiations. Western support flows continue. Germany pledged 1.9 billion euros in military aid, albeit holding back on long-range Taurus missiles. The EU extended temporary protection for over 4 million Ukrainian refugees to March 2027. Peace perspectives diverge. Ukraine's President Zelensky says Putin is interested in war, not peace, and rejects former U.S. President Trump's suggestion otherwise. Meanwhile, Trump blames both sides for stalled talks. Cityscape, home front, and civil defense. Civilian-led drone defense. Ukraine is paying volunteers up to $2,400 per month to shoot Russian drones with civilian arms or vehicles, integrating them into formal territorial defense units. Strain on services under occupation. In Russian-occupied Crimea, water shortages loom due to dwindling infrastructure, and filtration screening intensifies against local Ukrainians. European solidarity persists. The EU continues offering rights, welfare, and integration pathways to refugees, signaling an ongoing commitment until a just peace is achieved. Crystal ball strategic and long-term outlook. Attritional war favors Ukraine. Analysts argue that Russia's slow, casualty-heavy tactics benefit Ukraine in a protracted conflict. Drone warfare reshaping combat. Ukraine plans to produce 3.5 million drones in 2025, aiming to tilt the battlefield with AI-driven swarms. Airspace dominance is now contested by unmanned systems. Russian ambitions extend beyond main fronts. Moscow's strategic goals include buffer zones in Sumy and Donetsk, Dnipropetrovsk, with speculation of interference in Moldova around its July elections. Magnifying glass tilted right summary. Russian offensives are intensifying in Sumy, Kharkiv, and Donetsk, Dnipropetrovsk regions, with mixed territorial control. Drone and missile duels are raging, with Ukraine innovating and civilians stepping up defense. Heavy Russian losses in personnel and equipment. War of attrition, detrimental to Moscow. Diplomacy remains strained, with some prisoner/POW exchanges, but fighting continues. Western aid is sustained, while Ukrainians and refugees are supported domestically and abroad. This war is in a prolonged stalemate punctuated by tactical operations, airstrikes, drone warfare, city evacuations, and shifting frontline lines dominate the daily reality. Ukraine is leveraging technology and civil engagement. Russia presses forward using massed forces. Western backing still makes Ukraine resilient, but the human cost and potential for regional spillover remain critical concerns.